Rhys, congratulations, a ding-dong of a cup tie, but you came out of it. How pleased, or what are your thoughts generally on the performance?
Yeah, we got the win. I mean, like we just said off air, that's never a spectacle when you come down here. It's quite hard to get, for a rugby purist, it's hard to get a decent game of rugby league going, just for whatever factors that might be. But yeah, I was happy that we got the win in the end. I think, especially under the amount of duress that we're under, I think we were down to our sort of last 16 at training. We had a late fitness test there for someone to come in to make that 17, and then obviously we lost Nathan Roebuck, lost Mawagoro there, and in about the 15 minutes in, and Nathan Roebuck also went down with a knee injury there, but obviously he strapped that up and kept going. So certainly really pleased with the boys' effort to get through that game and to come out with the 2 points.
Just how challenging do they make it for you to play, to play the way that you want to play?
Yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, it is very difficult to play down here for whatever reason it might be. Obviously, but you need to come down here and you need to get the 2 points today. I know it's not 2 points today, but it's in the Challenge Cup. But at the end of the day, in Cup competitions, it's just about progressing. We just need to get through to that next round of that Cup competition, and obviously we managed to achieve that today.
Ultimately, what would you say was the difference between the two teams that meant you just got through?
I think the only difference was that we didn't execute. I think that we had plenty of opportunities there in the first half that we should have really have gone in there. I mean, 26, 28, 30-0. But obviously we didn't execute down there on the try line when we had opportunities to. And then we gave them a great opportunity for the score, which was a great try up here with Ryder with a great touch. And even me as a rugby league fan, I love seeing that sort of stuff, which was great. But we knew that we needed to execute if we wanted to have a comfy ride down here, and we just didn't execute. And Hunslet never give up, and they compete. That's one thing I'll give them. I know a few of their boys, I've coached them before, and they compete. They really do compete, and they work hard for each other, and they certainly give us a tough game today.
You had Lewis Young red carded. What did you make of that incident?
I didn't pick it up, if I'm honest. I didn't pick it up. But for me, I'm never really one that jumps on the back of referees. For me, your team must have played pretty good if the referee's the deciding factor. So for me, I'll trust the referee and what he does, and it's his job to look after and manage the game. It's my job to coach my players, so I always just leave it that way.
You changed your halfbacks up. How did you think that partnership went today?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Obviously, we lost Dan Chisholm with HIA, and Luke Gar's been out with ongoing rib issues. So Billy Gaylor stepped in there last week at the 7, and obviously we had Alex Stevenson jump in here today, and Steve-O hasn't played since Newcastle in the friendlies. So that was a great opportunity to get him in there and get some game time. Also, we had young Kenan Dixon play his second ever game for Keighley Cougars as well, which was really pleasing to see. A young kid like him get an opportunity out there on the wing as well. So, it was a good opportunity to get a couple of lads back in. Obviously, take advantage of the fact that there was some roster turnover there with injuries and some opportunity. But yeah, I thought they showed some energy and certainly competed well.
How is Mo? As you say, he started the game great. It was a blow to lose him.
Yeah, I think he was just slightly tight during the week, but obviously with our limited roster as it was, we just didn't have the opportunity to put someone out there. So I'd carry Nathan Roebuck on the bench just in case. Then obviously, just Mo created a couple of opportunities there in the first half on the right, didn't he? And probably that travelling that far under that much effort has just made him tighten up. So just as far as I know, it's a precaution at the moment, but we'll go have a look at that on tomorrow night.
As you mentioned, you're down on bodies. Have you got anyone potentially coming back? Is Luke not too far off now?
I've got a couple of people that should be there or thereabouts. I think Luke Gale's pretty much there or thereabouts. A couple of the other lads won't be too far off. And we obviously still got your Ben Crooks and your Ellis Robsons and things like that are still a chunk of time away. So yeah, but we've got a roster. So we'll go through a roster, and obviously got a great huge fixture this week against Halifax, who had a brilliant win today as well against Featherston. So the games don't get any easier, but we wanted to get promoted. We want to be in championship, and that's part of the agreement, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And just finally, in terms of the cup, it's another round through, one step closer to Wembley. How big a priority is the Challenge Cup for Keighley and the 1895 Cup, of course?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't call it a priority, but I'd certainly say it's just part of the journey. I think we're in championship for the first time, so we're just looking at playing footy. We're just looking at taking each week as it comes and then exposing the players to playing different sorts of teams at different sorts of levels and different sorts of environments, and seeing how they develop and progress through that. We understand that we've got a lot to learn, and that's all footy is. It's an opportunity to get out there and test what you've been doing during the week and see what worked and see what didn't work, and then you get to work on that during the week. So ultimately, we will progress as far as we can. We'll take it each week as we do, same as we do with the league, and we don't really differentiate between the two.
Thank you.
Cheers.